Hello, everyone. This is Shannon, and I am with Cinderella's Mice. Yesterday, I did on a live, I did the Pokemon Locker um, gift box concept, and it came out wonderful. I'm super excited. That is actually going to be a gift for a family member, and I'm making it's for my brother actually, and we're going to be making a second gift for him. This is going to be a Sour Patch Kids monster truck. So let's go ahead and get into it and let's get started. Super excited about this. So what I did is I went ahead and I printed the whole template out because this gives me, this is like a master copy as I'm putting the, cutting out the graphics. I print the graphics out on sticker paper. So this is what one of them looks like. See the little Sour Patch Kid right there driving. I think he's just so adorable. We're going to be cutting these graphics out and we're going to be sticking them on. We're going to cut them out, peel them off because it's on sticker paper, and we're going to be sticking them on foam board. So after that, we're going to be cutting them then out of the foam board and we're going to be hot gluing them together. So I decided I was going to do a video because for lots of reasons, you know, I can't do this and address like the chat at the same time. This, I feel like we're far enough in progress of introducing this new concept. This is an entirely new concept. This is an actual gift box that we're going to be making, and so it's not your traditional basket. But last night on the live, I did do the Pokemon gift box. It was a locker with Pokemon graphics, and I posted a short with it done and glued together. So if you missed out on that, please go ahead and, you know, take a look at it because it turned out really great. So what we're going to be doing, like I said, we're going to be, so see as we're going along with these, so we've got a front, we've got a back, and then this is going to be the bottom, the very bottom of the gift box. Okay. And I've got next, okay, let's see. So this is going to be the bottom. This is going to be a side. Okay. This is going to be another side. And then that's the template. There's not going to be like a roof or a lid or anything like that. You'll see how it turns out once we get it going together. This template is designed by Petunia Picklebomb. She does fabulous templates. They're real simple to put together. She provides a really good customer service and quality into her products, in that she gets back to you right away if you have any questions. She's very educational. She's very, she wants people to enjoy what they're doing. And she has no problem in doing whatever she can to help basketers, creators, customers be able to achieve that. So she does excellent customer service. And I am going to be linking her hip store down in the comments. I'm going to pin them in the comments because she has a lot of other templates on there that I think you guys would be blown away over. So, okay, so we went through and we discussed the stickers. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be cutting each of them out, okay? I have my master template here. And it basically, it explains, because this is all, you get an instruction instructions page with the template. You also get a video tutorial with it. So this is what it's going to look like. You can see right here the gift box. See how cool that is? I know it's small. Once we get it done, you know, to give you guys a better idea, but you can see the sides and you can see the front. See the sides, one over here, and then one of these is also in the back. So we talked about that. So here's my template. You know, it discuss just real briefly. Page 2 is instructions. Page 3 is the front. Page 4 is the back. Page 5 is the bottom. Page 6 is a side, and page 7 is a side. So as I'm putting this together, you know, here's our instructions right here. Oh, let me get this. Let's see here. Okay. I just need a few seconds here. Okay, so as we're going through the template, here's the instructions. So you can see the bottom, and then the two sides line up next to it, and they get hot glued. And then what's going to happen is we got the front and we've got the back. See how she's got the front and the back? We'll have the front and then we'll have the back right here, and the lineup for that. But this, I like to make it a good practice, because not only does my printer allow me the ink to do so, although this is, you know, a simple 4-piece we're just going to be or 5-piece we're going to be putting together, because we've got the top, the front, the back, the two sides, and then what makes it 5 sides is the bottom piece. I just like to keep a good habit, because some of these can get very big. And if you're not in a habit of keeping track of things, I'm not that good. I can get lost in a 5-sheet template. Oh yeah. You know, when I have one truck facing one way and I have another truck facing another way, you know, and you know, what's the front, what's the back, kind of a thing. I kind of like to keep a habit. In this case, it probably doesn't matter. But if I'm dealing with, you know, like the makeup, like the lipstick box that I did, it matters. You know, so once we cut these out and stick them to the foam board, and then we cut them out of the foam board, you know, we're cutting so much, we're taking them and we're placing them again, and we're placing them on foam board, then we're going to be cutting them out of the foam board, now we're going to be placing them again and gluing them together. You know, I just like to keep a good, smooth, flowing process with it. So, you know, that's why I also have this the way I do. Okay, so, we're going to go over the supplies for this. Supplies used is photo gloss sticker paper, foam board, an X-Acto knife with a new blade, a metal ruler for straight lines, a hot glue gun, and hot glue sticks. So that's all that's needed. And we do encourage you to change your blades with every project, because believe it or not, these blades do dull fast. So, you know, her policy is she uses a new blade, so I'm going to use a new blade. I'm just going to go off on her experience, you know, because that's why I'm doing this. This is why I bought the template, right? I want to know how to do this and be successful. So, she has created a path for us to thoroughly follow. Thank you so much, Petunia Pickle Bomb. I call her Pickles. Thank you so much, sweetheart. So what we're going to do is we're going to get right down to it. All right. So, let's see. This is our first one. The X-Acto blade, is used. This process is used when I go to, after I stick these on the foam board. This is what I use the X-Acto knife for, is to cut the pieces out off of the foam board. Some people take the entire page and they'll stick it to foam board. I don't do that. I like cutting out all the individual pieces and putting them on the foam board. And the reason being is it's a waste of foam board, I feel, if you do that. And the other is because it's easier to, instead of cutting through like two pieces, because you'd be cutting through the sticker and the foam board. If I cut it out and stick them to the foam board, then all I'm doing is just cutting out the foam board and not having to go through two pieces. So, you know, that's my preference. So, all right, let's get to it. How's everybody doing tonight? I know a lot of basketers are ready for Father's Day. There's so much talent out there. I can't imagine, you know, because there's some that have started with Christmas, and then they did Valentine's, and then they did Easter, and Mother's Day, and Father's Day, and events. Oh my Lord, I could just imagine how they're feeling right now. You know, I bet they're, you know, ready to, I know they're ready to be done with this season, because it gets brutal, you guys. Just brutal, especially with like the elements that we're dealing with all the snow, you know, and then all the shopping and, you know, all that kind of stuff. It is wearisome. So I am happy to be doing this video. You know, I see like the big wigs on YouTube, that do have like 30,000 subscribers and stuff. It's like all they do is videos. You know, they don't do lives and all that kind of stuff, but they just do videos. So maybe there's something more to it. I'm really not wanting to get to be too big of a channel, because I like to stay in some kind of a personal touch with people. You know, but I'm going to try doing videos for a bit, because this way I can stop and pause, and we're going to be doing that tonight, by the way. Just so I don't make this like an 8-hour video, you know, on assembling this gift box. I want people to be able to have a reasonably length of a video to where anybody can watch it and be able to do this. I think I'm talking softer. I apologize for that. I'm trying to concentrate on cutting this out. So as you can see, as I'm cutting this out, I'm trying to get every detail that I can, because the 3D, that's like what this design like is really meant for, is like that 3D to make it stand out. When you cut out the details, it helps it to do that. So I'm going to continue to cut. And I have a very bad pinched nerve in between my shoulder blades. And you know, it's one of those pinched nerves that like gets right into your diaphragm, and it feels like it can just knock the wind out of you. It's been hurting me. This helps like try and take my mind off of it. Okay, so these graphics, we're just cutting out the graphics right now. So this right here, see how it helps it to stand out and makes it look 3D looking. She did a really great job on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish cutting all of these out, and I will see you guys shortly. Okay, so I'm back now. I have cut out the stickers. So we've got the front, we've got the back, you know, graphics. We've got the bottom, which is our 5th side. And then we have the 2 side pieces. So now what I'm going to do, and I have the foam board placed this way because I want you guys to see how I'm doing this. So, okay. So I'm just going to be strategically placing these because I want to, you know, I don't want to waste any of the foam board. And what's going to happen is I'm probably going to be using part of this as a backer when I go to fill this gift box with goodies. So let's see. Okay, so it's sticker paper. These are graphics, they're stickers. So graphics on sticker paper. All right. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and just place them right like so, carefully to make sure like I don't have any air bubbles. Got this little thing that I like to use and it's on there good. Okay. So there's that one. Go ahead and do this one. And it's really not that time consuming. Some people have Cricuts. If you have a Cricut, boy, you guys could cut these out within seconds. You know, if I were, like if someone gave me a choice over having a Cricut or my printer, I'd choose my printer, hands down. Because that sucker pays for itself. And ink alone, it really pays for itself. So if you guys are wondering how to gauge how important tools are, the printer is everything right now, because if you do not have one of these mega inkjet printers, you're going to be hurting. Your wallet is going to be hurting because these use a lot of ink. These are heavy saturated graphics. So I don't want anybody to, I know of one template that was 22 pages and it took up my entire ink cartridge. So, that's $30, you guys. And then I turned around and bought an extra large ink cartridge, and in 30 pages it was gone. See, with this inkjet printer, mega inkjet printer, I can print between 3,000, 7,000, 12,000 pages, depending on how heavy the ink saturation is, but you get the point. I mean, I can print thousands of these. And the ink is cheap. I mean, 5 bottles of ink, that's what it takes, is bottles. And then you pour the bottles in the ink wells of the printer. Let's go ahead and put the bottom. Let's see, I think the bottom could go good right there. But I was going to state that you're going to end up spending like $30 to make this gift box. So, or a gift box. Okay. And then, like, if you make a mistake, boy, there's no room for error. They get expensive. And when you're doing templates and you're new, and, you're new to printing them, you're new to all of that, some templates will say you need like 2 of these or 3 of these. You know, so you're going to have to print 2 or 3 extra. It's not going to be, you know, I mean, to make a template efficient, some designers will do that so that you're not printing 50 pages. You know, they just want you to get the instructions down. So if they say print 2 of these, print 3 of those, and you accidentally print the wrong one, it gets expensive. So I really love this. I like this a lot. And even for personal use, you know, I mean, the ink pays for itself. So I went ahead and bought one, and I got mine on sale for $249, and it came with all the ink and everything. So I love my printer. So yes, if I were to have a choice between a Mega Inkjet printer and a Cricut, I'd take the printer hands down. So, okay. So we've got the 2 side pieces, which we're going to have to put like up under here and then over there. And then this underside, this whole thing, I'm going to be using as a backer. I might be needing to use it as a backer because I got a ton of goodies to put in here. So backers help support you know, as we're stacking stuff in the basket. Can you guys see my face? I got a little sunburnt today. I've been laying out in the sun. I love my pool. It had a leak. I bought some waterproof clear vinyl Gorilla Tape, and it worked extremely good. I just went right in while the pool was still full and everything, and I just put the tape down where the leak was, and it fixed it. I'm so happy about that. So, oh, doggone it. This is hard to do like this. But I want you guys just to see, you know, how these graphics on sticker paper are how we're using them, and how to build a gift box. Okay. All right. That's all right. Got it on there a little crooked, but that's fine. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my X-Acto blade, which I put a new one on, and I'm going to be cutting out each and every one. So while I do that, I'll be back. I'm going to pause it right now, and I'll be right back after I have them all cut out. Thank you guys. Okay, everyone, I am back. So I have all the pieces now cut out of the foam board. Remember, this is the bottom, and then this is a side. This is another side. And then this is going to be a front. And then this is going to be a back. All right. So I have my hot glue gun heating up right now. And while we do that, I'm going to bring you guys on down here so you can see me gluing this stuff. You know, gluing the stuff as we go along. Trying to set you guys in a better position here. All right, so right here is the bottom. What we're going to be doing is the 2 sides. So it's going to go like this. Okay. So we got a front side, we got a rear side is what we're focusing on. And then after this is done, we'll be addressing the front and the back. So I loved how this turned out. It is so darling. It is super cute. you know, it's a lot of fun making this. And it went together pretty quick, I must say. So here's our front. Oops. Front. And then we have our back side over here. And then we're going to, once those are done, I'm going to turn it this way. And then we'll have our front. And then, of course, this is going to be our back. See? This is going to be our back side. So we're building the sides first, that's for sure. And I want to make sure that I'm getting these okay, make sure this is right side up. You know, I don't want to do this upside down. And like I said, if I don't keep stuff straight, that is easy to do. Okay. Okay, so this is still heating up. We are in the hot glue phase of the gift box assembly. And this is a Petunia Pickle Bomb design. I also use Wendy's Creative Designs. She's a fantastic template designer. I am a product ambassador of hers. You are going to see me using her templates on my channel as well. So right now, this particular template is a Petunia Pickle Bomb. This is for a family member's birthday gift, so I'm excited about it. Okay, and my glue gun is still heating up. I'm just going to take a sip of my Crystal Light. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to, after it's all glued together and set, I'm going to leave it for 24 hours. Because that way, okay, maybe we should do this part first so you guys can see. I'm going to do this one first so you guys can see. But leave it for at least 24 hours. So, you know, it can set before I start stacking goodies in it. Because those body washes and stuff like that, they can get really heavy. So I'm gluing the bottom edge right now with my hot glue gun. Okay, and now I'm just going to set that down. And I'm going to bring this in. Get that secured. And then I'm going to go ahead and do, you know, just a small little bead of glue on the inside of it. Like that. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to hold that in place for a few. Make sure that sets. It's hard to do this without getting my hands in the way, but I am hoping you guys get the idea of it. So right now we're doing the sides of the Sour Patch Monster Truck template. Okay. Right, and then this is going to be, right here is going to be the, either the front side or the back side. This is looking excellent. Love how this is turning out. Okay, so I'm doing the sides first. I'm going to come on over here and do the same thing. Make sure my glue is somewhat set. Okay, I'm going to glue the bottom edge up top here. And, you know, I'm not using very much glue. If you're new to a glue gun, I do not recommend this. I'd practice using your glue gun for a bit before you do something intricate like this, because these triggers on these glue guns, and then once the glue starts coming out and gets everywhere, this isn't something that you're going to want to be practicing on with that. Okay, and I have this right side up. Okay. So now I've got it aligned, and I just gently press that into place. And now I'm going to take my hot glue gun, and I'm just going to run a small bead down on the inside. Very small. Okay. And that's done. And I'm not going to worry about any of these spiders. Because if you let it dry, they'll come right off. But if you don't, they can leave a smudge and a blurry, not a blurry, but a smudgy mess on your graphics, and you do not want that. So, okay. So these are setting. Trying to be careful to not have it stick to the paper. Okay. So next, what we are going to do is we're going to do the back. Okay. Just trying to see how how I'm going to be gluing this is going to be like, let's see how that's going to look. All right. I can deal with that. Okay. So how I'm going to be securing this is I'm going to be gluing these edges. So I'm going to be gluing these edges, and then I'm going to be pressing this flush up against those edges. So that's how I'm going to be doing that. All right. We went to the monster trucks when we were kids. I absolutely loved them. I don't think they have them anymore. All right. Oh, darn it. I just got my hand too. Okay, so, all right, I'm going to press this, I'm going to press this, and let me see how that looks. Okay, that looks great. That looks really, really great. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to be doing this side the same way. Let's see here. The only thing I think I would do differently is, I'm trying to think. Right. All right, I don't think on this part I'm going to be doing like how I glued this whole edge. I'm only going to be going from like right here down, because, you know, we have that part that, you know, that part of the gift box on the sides that's sticking up. So, okay. Yeah, all right. And this is a fun project, and we are almost done. So let me get my hot glue gun. make sure I got my truck facing the right way, which we do. I'm going to come over here. This one I am going to go from the top down because the truck will align with it. And this I'm just going to go partial way down. Like this. Okay. And, you know, these are durable boxes, you guys. So they're, you know, they could be used, they can definitely be like reused and repurposed and stuff. You can keep pens in them, pencils, you know, anything in them. Okay. All right, this is sticking nice. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Okay. Oh, hey. All right. Petunia Pickle Bomb also has a Minnie Mouse template. Minnie Mouse monster truck template. It is so cool looking. And now there we have it. We have the finished product of the Sour Patch Monster Truck gift box set. Okay. I think it turned out really cool looking. Looks excellent. These graphics are phenomenal. You know, they look really, really great. Okay. All right, and that is it. This is the Sour Patch Kids monster truck. See him as a driver. Came out so super cute. So I'm Shannon with Cinderella's Mice. I will get this posted as soon as possible. I'll be leaving Petunia Pickle Bomb's a hip store down in the comments pinned if you're interested in any of her templates. Thank you so much for coming along and have a beautiful day.